Carney trapped. Larry Brock's bold mission forces justice system showdown. In the wake of Canada's snap federal election on April 28, 2025, Prime Minister Mark Carney's government has embarked on a transformative journey to reshape the nation's political, economic, and social landscape. Carney's ambitious agenda includes significant infrastructure investments, economic diversification, and a re-evaluation of justice policies. However, these initiatives have sparked intense debates and challenges, particularly concerning the justice system. Enter Larry Brock, a conservative member of parliament, whose unwavering commitment to justice reform has positioned him as a formidable force challenging the government's direction. Carney's administration has introduced a series of large-scale infrastructure projects aimed at revitalizing Canada's economy. These initiatives encompass the expansion of energy production, transportation networks, and critical minerals extraction. Notably, the government has expedited approvals for projects such as the doubling of production at Shell's LNG Canada plant in British Columbia and the development of a modular nuclear reactor in Ontario. These endeavors are projected to inject billions into the economy and create thousands of jobs, signaling a strategic pivot towards economic resilience and reduced reliance on the United States. However, this economic optimism is tempered by rising concerns over social issues, particularly the state of Canada's justice system. Critics argue that recent legislative changes have weakened the justice system, allowing repeat offenders to evade accountability. The government's focus on economic development has led to perceptions that social issues, including crime and public safety, are being sidelined. This disconnect has fueled public discontent and eroded trust in political institutions. At the forefront of the justice reform debate stands Larry Brock, whose advocacy for victims' rights and public safety has resonated with many Canadians. Brock has been a vocal critic of the government's justice policies, arguing that recent reforms have compromised public safety. His calls for a re-evaluation of bail reforms and other justice policies have sparked nationwide discussions about the balance between legal reforms and public safety. Central to the debate is the issue of bail reform. Critics contend that recent changes to bail laws have resulted in the release of individuals charged with serious offenses, undermining public trust in the justice system. They argue that these reforms prioritize the rights of offenders over the safety of law-abiding citizens. Brock's efforts to challenge these reforms have brought the issue to the forefront of national discourse. The tension between ensuring public safety and implementing legal reforms is at the heart of the current debate. Advocates for reform assert that changes are necessary to address systemic issues within the justice system, including over-incarceration and racial disparities. However, opponents caution that without careful consideration, such reforms may inadvertently compromise public safety. This delicate balance has become a central theme in the ongoing discussions about justice policy. Prime Minister Carney has acknowledged the concerns raised by critics and has pledged to review the current justice policies. His government is exploring ways to balance the need for reform with the imperative of maintaining public safety. This includes consultations with legal experts, community leaders, and law enforcement to develop a more nuanced approach to justice policy. Carney's response reflects a recognition of the complexities involved in justice reform and the need for a comprehensive strategy. The debate over justice reform has become a flashpoint in Canadian politics. Opposition parties have seized upon the issue, accusing the government of being out of touch with the concerns of ordinary Canadians. Public opinion is divided, with some expressing support for reform efforts and others voicing concerns over potential risks to public safety. This polarization has intensified the political fallout, making it a central issue in the upcoming federal election. Amidst economic pressures, including trade tensions and inflation, Canadians are increasingly looking to their government to address social issues that directly impact their communities. The perceived disconnect between economic policies and social realities has fueled dissatisfaction and eroded trust in political institutions. Citizens are demanding a more balanced approach that considers both economic development and social well-being. Media coverage plays a significant role in shaping public perceptions of the justice system and the government's policies. While some outlets highlight the need for reform and the potential benefits of legislative changes, others focus on instances where reforms have led to controversial outcomes. This dichotomy contributes to a polarized public discourse, making it challenging to reach a consensus on the way forward. In response to the growing divide, leaders from various sectors are calling for a more unified approach to justice reform. They emphasize the importance of constructive dialogue that considers the perspectives of all stakeholders, including victims, offenders, legal professionals, and the general public. Only through collaborative efforts can Canada hope to develop a justice system that is both fair and effective. As the debate continues, the future of Canada's justice system hangs in the balance. The decisions made in the coming months will have lasting implications for public safety, legal integrity, and social cohesion. It is imperative that all parties involved approach the issue with a commitment to justice, equity, and the common good. Canada finds itself at a crossroads, where the pursuit of economic prosperity must be balanced with a commitment to social justice. The actions of Prime Minister Carney and the advocacy of figures like Larry Brock will shape the nation's trajectory in the years to come. In this moment of reflection, Canadians are called upon to engage in thoughtful discourse and collective action to forge a path that upholds the values of safety, fairness, and community.